to what the people of Kenya have said, and after a holistic appraisal of the performance of my cabinet and its achievements and challenges, I have today, in line with the powers given to me by Article 1521 and 1525B of the Constitution and Sections 12 of the Office of the Attorney General's Act, decided to dismiss with immediate effect all the Cabinet Secretaries and Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, of the Cabinet of Kenya.
Hello, welcome. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way every day, every time. As I always say, Africa is our business. Africa is our business. Kenya is my business too. And I'm urging the youths of Africa to take back their country, as Kenyans are doing. Now, today, it's a win for Kenyan Gen Z.
To what the people of Kenya have said, and after a holistic appraisal of the performance of my cabinet and its achievements and challenges, I have today, in line with the powers given to me by Article 1521 and 1525B of the Constitution and Sections 12 of the Office of the Attorney General's Act, decided to dismiss with immediate effect all the Cabinet Secretaries and Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, of the Cabinet of Kenya, except the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs. And of course, the Office of the Deputy President is not affected in any way. I will immediately engage in extensive consultations across different sectors and political formations and other Kenyans, both in public and private, with the aim of setting up a broad-based government that will assist me in accelerating and expediting the necessary, urgent, and irreversible implementation of the program that we have, including other radical measures and programs to deal with the burden of debt, to explore raising domestic resources and revenues, expanding job opportunities, eliminating wastage and unnecessary duplication of a multiplicity of government agencies, and slaying the dragon of corruption.
You know, Kenyan Gen Zs were on the road, anti-government protest, and there is some things the Gen Zs wanted. There's some things we wanted as Kenyans, you know. We wanted Mr. President Dr. William Ruto to dissolve the cabinet, because the cabinet, the people who are surrounding the president were incompetent. The people who were surrounding the president were corrupt ministers, and all they were doing, they were just stealing money from the people. And we said, as the youths of Kenya, we said, what? Let us take back our country. And we stood up and we went to the protest. It was a peaceful one. We occupied the parliament and we told Ruto, we want this and this. First of all, we want you to dissolve the parliament, to dissolve the cabinet. Even if you have the power, you can dissolve the parliament too, because we want the member of parliament to come back home. We want them to come back to the ground so that we can vote for the people who are not corrupt. We can start afresh as the Kenyan government. Now, today, it is another win for the Gen Zs, another win for the youths of Kenya, because William Ruto has dissolved the cabinet. Now, literally, he has done away with the corrupt leaders. He has done away with incompetent leaders. And that's a win, you know. So we as the Gen Zs and the youths of Kenya and the people of Kenya at large, we are just by the side. We are looking forward for better and better moves. Better and better moves. So, what I'm trying to tell the youths of Africa, more so I've seen the Nigerian youths and Ghanaian youths and each country, Zimbabwe, everywhere. We have problems as a nation. But the problem will be solved when we wake up, when we rise up in the morning, wake up and we say no to this one. No to corruption. End to the bad governance. And I'm looking forward for William Ruto, for the president of Kenya, to do more and more. Because we need more. We need more of actions. We need more of some things like this. You know? So that is it. Like, it's a peaceful protest. The youths participated. No political party, no political leader, no opposition leader was there. Because the leaders, the political leaders, they don't know what we want. They know what their stomachs want. They don't know what you, as the youth of Africa, want. They know what their stomachs want. And that's why we didn't want any political leader to be on this mix. No. All we want was, we know where the shoes does not fit us, and we wanted that one. So a round of applause for the Gen Zs of Kenya for another win. You know, I want to take this opportunity to urge the youths of Nigeria, as you are planning for the protest, the youths of Ghana, Africa. I want to take this opportunity to tell you that when we focus as the youth, when you focus, anything can happen. We may win. We cannot lose. When we speak one language, we speak one tribe, we speak one religion, we be there. Something positive will come out of this protest. Let me ask you, my friend, you are on the protest, the Gen Z protest.
Yeah.
You were in the front line.
I was in the front line.
Yeah.
And I went there because I also needed a change.
So you see the Kenyan president has dissolved the cabinet. What do you think? Is it a win for you, or what does it say?
You know, win starts by a single step, and a second step, and a third step as it goes. If your win contains of 100 steps, when you make a first step, that is an improvement, and that shows that you are like you're approaching your win point. So I would say it's a win, because we mentioned a little little things we wanted the president to do, because sincerely speaking, the country has been on a, like, the country has not been moving on well. The country has not been led well, because the leaders, they are corrupt, and a lot of things have been happening. Money being stolen. Like, it's not even a matter of hiding anymore. It had gotten to a point when money is being stolen, live, and nobody cares, and even the leaders are rude. They talk the way they want. If you try to address them, they don't want to listen to you, because they think they have power, they can do anything. So we went on the road, and we decided that we want a change, and we mentioned some things. So far, Mr. President has done two. Number one, he did away with the offices of the first lady,
second lady and third
lady and the third lady. He did away with that, and we said, okay, now because, you know, we have never trusted our president since the moment he assumed office. We have never trusted him.
Say we don't associate him with the truth.
Yeah, we do not associate him with the truth, because he doesn't speak the truth. Sometimes he lies, like live. He would say something, and that is why when he was being summited by the journalists, they even tend to provide clips when he was saying this, and then this, whatever he was saying, whatever he was contrary about it, is the same thing that he was coming to do. Like, he was against some other activities when he was campaigning, but the moment he got to the government, he continued now doing what he was against. And our president has been a liar all the times, because all the times he gives promises that he can't do. And you know, this is Kenya. One thing I tell people every day, this is Kenya. And in Kenya, we have a constitution.
Yeah.
And Kenya is a democratic country. Are you getting that? And when a country is democratic, power is to the people. People have power. So leaders are the servants to the people. People are the employers. Okay? We are the employers. They are the employees. Okay? They are working for us. So whatever we say is what they're supposed to do. Okay? That is why they campaign. They come to us, they tell us what they're going to do for us, and then we vote for them. Okay? And that is the difference between Kenya and many other countries. Okay? That is why you find out a Kenyan Gen Z can go to the street and demonstrate, but other people's Gen Zs, they are afraid because they think they will be killed, or maybe they think the president or maybe those leaders, they will maybe press them. Okay? And so we used the power that we have as the people of Kenya, because power belongs to the people. So we used the power that we have to go to the roads and demonstrate, and we cried our voices aloud so that the president could listen to us. Although we don't trust our president. That is one thing people should know. Even if he has dissolved the cabinet, we still don't trust him because we don't know what he wants to do next. And that is why I've been telling people, Mr. President, when he entered the government with one ambition. Like all the times since the day one, since he entered politics, he had one mission, to stay on the throne. And power was the priority, okay? So he did everything to make sure he gets to power. And he did everything to make sure he gets to power. Like he didn't care what will come or maybe what will happen, if he is going to be a leader or maybe he's going to be a politician there. He didn't care.
But do you believe the Gen Z protest has lowered his ego?
That is true. He has lowered his ego, because we don't talk about, like, for example, people say our president, he's not a truthful president. So whether he's lying or he's not lying, truth will remain. Gen Zs have lowered the ego of the president, because even if he's lying because he's afraid. Okay? Yeah. Because he would not be afraid, he wouldn't be doing the things that he's doing right now. But he is doing the things that he's doing right now because the Gen Zs have pressed him to a point that he has to do those things so that we could calm down. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you tell Africans youth, more so specifically Nigerians and Ghanaians, because their countries they are one of the people who are talking.
I've been actually watching a lot of things and a lot of clips here and there, especially to your YouTube, and I can really tell Africa, there's a problem. In Africa, the 54 countries of Africa, not Kenya alone, not Uganda alone, not Ghana alone, not Nigeria alone, not Sierra Leone alone, not Burkina Faso, many countries here in Africa, like 90% of the countries in Africa, there's a big problem. And do you know where the big problem is? It's because the leaders we are having, they are very corrupt. They are leaders who doesn't want to listen to people. They are leaders who think when they have power, they are the ones to control people. Okay? And now, it is our responsibility, our personal responsibility. We should take it as a personal responsibility, because nobody is going to come from the US or nobody is going to come from Russia to come and help us in our own country. What we are supposed to do, because if the old people, the millennials, they were unable to change the country, because they have been living with the same leadership since then, okay? Yeah. So if the millennials were unable, or maybe the Gen X were unable to change the country, we have to wake up and change this country. Yeah. Because right now, we are the only people who have got power to change this country. Okay? You don't expect an old person to come on the road and begin demonstrating. Yeah. Because we have had politicians leading demonstrations, but nothing changed. One thing with Gen Zs, they are tribeless. Because they don't listen to anybody. That's why on the street, you couldn't hear anybody speaking the mother tongue. Yeah. All of them were speaking English and Kiswahili. Yeah. Okay? Because they are tribeless. But for you to be able to notify these are Kalenjin or these are Luo, maybe somebody has to mention the name. Okay? And that is why even in the strongholds of Mr. President, a lot of youths were on the road, because these people, they are tribeless. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So, the only people who can change the country and who can change Africa are the youths. Okay? Sometimes leaders tend to send threats. Like I heard in Uganda, Mr. President in Uganda, Museveni was sending threats. Oh, if you try this, I will do this. Listen, freedom does not come easily. If it wouldn't by people waking up and fighting, we would still be colonized even today. So it is either now or never, because you are growing up, okay? And the same problems will keep on repeating themselves. That is why they said, we don't need politicians anymore. We want leaders, okay? Because politicians will keep on doing the same things ever and ever again. Yeah. So Africa can only be changed by the Gen Zs.
By the Gen Zs.
In Ghana, we have Gen Zs in Ghana.
Yeah.
The only thing that I want to tell them, in Nigeria, we have Gen Zs. The only thing that I want to tell them, they should lose their fear. That is the only thing they need to do. Because they will be threatened. That is one thing I'm very sure. Threats will come. They will be threatened. But let me tell you something. When they all unite, the government will shake. If your government is corrupt, the Gen Zs of that country unite. The moment you unite and you speak one language, the government will shake. Are you getting that? We have one in Africa. Kenya is one of the countries that has most rude president. Kenya is one of the countries amongst the countries that have most rude presidents. Okay, and even when the demonstrations were starting, people were like, Ruto will never listen to you. Ruto is Ruto. You know Ruto. You have not started hearing Ruto today. Ruto has been there. You know his characters. You know him. He will not listen to you. In fact, he will deploy policemen. But unity is strength.
Unity
right
is
now,
strength.
cabinet is dissolved. Has been dissolved. Okay, and some other things like the issue of IEBC, it has begun. The works towards has begun.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you know why? Because the Gen Zs woke up. They united themselves without a leader. Nobody was leading them. They were leading themselves. In fact, if you hear them on the streets, they were calling everybody a leader. So, like, if you ask a Gen Z, who is your leader? The person says, I am the leader. Another one says, I am the leader. So every single person was a leader. Okay?
Yeah.
That is why they said, if you want to call us for a dialogue, you need to call all the Gen Zs in this country.
That's where
Do you know how many Gen Zs are in this country? There are about 20 million. Okay? Can you call 20 million people on the table? You can't call 20 million people on the table for a dialogue. What are you supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is to listen to them and do whatever they are saying. So this Africa can be changed. Even Ghana, if they want to change today, they can. Even Nigeria, if they want a change from today, that change can come. Only if they wake up, they unite, and they do what is required of them. Nobody's going to change their countries. No one is coming to change your nation. You are the one to change your nation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, this is a youth of Africa, a youth of Kenya. He was in the front line of demonstration. You see, he's a Gen Z. And he is happy that Ruto has lowered his ego. And he's urging all the youths of Africa, as I am doing, a win for all of us. Unity will bring win to us. Tell me what you think on the comment section. I am the Kenyan Beast. Of course, we are doing it the African way every day, every time. And peace be with you.